All right, so Andrew Cuomo is soon to be the former governor of New York State. He's resigned, he's out. Um, I got to tell you, when I heard that he was going to do a press conference, something told me that he was going to resign. Something told me he was going to resign. I don't know. He's done all these press conferences coming out that I'm not resigning. I'm staying right here. I did nothing wrong. But when I heard today, after I made that video about how he should not resign, something said he was going to do it. I don't know. Maybe he saw the writing on the wall or what. Some people are even saying that he's doing this, he's resigning so that he won't face prosecution. But the problem with that is that he can still face prosecution. But in any case, he's gone, and it's over. And what's going to end up happening is Kathy Hochul, this woman right here, who, by the way, stood idly by and said nothing. She said nothing. She said nothing when all these women were coming forward. And she said no, she just stood by Andrew as Lieutenant Governor of New York and said nothing. And I bet you she's one of them believe all women Democrats. And there she is. She actually used to be, when I first moved to New York, she was the congresswoman in this area. And now she's going to become governor. And I say to women, listen, don't stand by with Kathy Hochul, because she stood by and she said nothing in defense of those women, and she said nothing speaking out about Andrew Cuomo. It's similar to a cheerleader who is in a relationship with the football player, and he's being accused of assaulting all of the innocent women in the school, and the cheerleaders to sit by, that doesn't matter. So she's going to be lieutenant. She's going to be, I would assume, an acting governor. I don't think she's going to run. Next year, there's going to be elections in New York, governor elections. I think the Democrats are going to win. New York is a liberal state. It's a liberal state. Don't talk to me about Rudy Giuliani from New York City and George Pataki from back in the 90s. New York has become even more liberal since those guys. I think the Democrats would have won even with Andrew Cuomo. And I'm just telling you, they would have won even with Andrew Cuomo. And it would have exposed Me Too as a hypocritical organization. So in one sense, I'm actually a little disappointed that he decided to leave, because I wanted to show people how hypocritical Me Too is. And I got one comment from some fool who said, well, everybody knows Me Too is a hypocritical organization. No, they don't. No, they don't. You and I know. You and I know. But I've been around the block too many times. This isn't my first rodeo. I know how most, and the past year has hardened this in me. Most people will just do what they're told. Most people just do what they're told. And if they're told that Me Too is a legitimate organization, they are going to believe it come hell or high water unless they are given clear evidence. That's just how people are. So he's gone. And what could end up happening, well, what is going to happen is that they're going to have to find a Democrat to take Andrew Cuomo's place to run for the Democrats in the next governor's race. Kathy Hochul, I don't think is going to do it. And if she does, I'm ready for her. I'm ready for her. I'm ready for you, sister. You stand there, You saying, oh, believe all women come hell or high water, and me too, and you just stood by as Lieutenant Governor under Andrew Cuomo and did nothing while those women were coming forward. You didn't resign. You didn't even speak out. And no, I ain't gonna let you get away with being the first woman governor of New York, and I'm a hero, and I'm gonna now run into the sunset. No, I ain't gonna let you get away with that, sister. But I don't think that's gonna happen. I think they're going to find someone to run for the Democrats, and my money is on Letitia James. This woman right here. This woman. I mean, I know that I know Bill de Blasio is thinking of running, and even Al, Reverend Al, look at this guy. Reverend Al is thinking of running. Can you I think I'd rather be up in Canada than I think I'd rather be up in Canada than in New York, in a New York run by Reverend Al Sharpton, the FBI snitch. Hell no. But I think I'll go run up to Canada with the Justin Attack Magnate Trudeau and Doug, the domesticated house slave Ford, go back up there and leave Teddy Bear Land, because it won't be Teddy Bear Land much longer with Reverend Al as governor of New York. But my money, my money is, well, I mean, on the Republican side, Andrew Giuliani, who is the son of Rudy Giuliani, former mayor of New York, and Lee Zeldin. It looks like Lee Zeldin will be the Republican nominee in the New York election. I don't think he stands a chance. I'm just being honest with you. But my money is on this woman here, Letitia James. She is the Attorney General of New York right now, and I think she's going to run for governor. She got rid of Andrew. She got rid of him. And by the way, these Democrats, they don't care about these women. They don't care about these women. I mean, you got Joe Biden up there with his demented self. He's been accused of attacking women, and they're not going after him. They're doing this because they want Andrew's governor seat. They want his seat. This woman here, who was the Attorney General, and by the way, in New York State, the Attorney General is elected by the people. So Andrew Cuomo didn't select this woman. She has no loyalty to Andrew whatsoever. She said, I don't want you, and I'm going to kick your ass to the curb. And if it means finding women who, I'm just going to do it, and I'm going to take your job. I don't care. This woman doesn't care about these women. Please, you go after someone. Someone go after Joe Biden. Someone go after Bill Clinton. Someone go after these. Then maybe I'll take it seriously. Y'all just wanted Andrew Cuomo's job. That's all. That's all. I'm not defending Andrew Cuomo. However, I will say this. The reason why I'm not defending Andrew Cuomo, and I would have, not because I support his politics, because I don't. I think Andrew Cuomo's a thug. He should go to jail. He and his brother from CNN belong in jail. They act like they should be in jail. They act like mafia people. I'm not being racist or anything, but that's just how they act. I mean, people will say, oh, you're being racist against Italians. No. If I see a Black person acting like a nigger on the street, I'm gonna say, you act like a thug. You can act a certain way. I know many of Italians who act very normal and cordially and everything, and then you see Italians that act in a thuggish way, just like there are Black folk. There are Black folk who act in a decent demeanor, and there are Black folk that act like they should be in jail. And Andrew acts like he should be in jail. But I would still have defended him had it not been for what Andrew Cuomo did to Brett Kavanaugh. Brett Kavanaugh, y'all remember him? Brett Kavanaugh, the Supreme Court justice who was put in there by Trump. Remember, he was put in there by Trump, and and he was accused by Christine Blasey Ford. I believe we have a picture. Yeah, there he is. And Brett Kavanaugh there. Remember this guy? And he was accused of sexual harassment by Christine Blasey Ford. And all sorts of stuff. There was no evidence. You know, this is her. Remember? She accused him of sexual harassment. No evidence. But Andrew Cuomo was one of those Democrats out there saying that I don't care what the evidence says. I don't care about his side of the story. Believe all women, and he shouldn't be sitting on the bench. I'm not going to believe him. I don't care what he has to say. I don't want to hear what he has to say. And putting him on the Supreme Court is sexist. I don't want to hear Christine. I don't want to hear Brett. I only want to believe Christine. Shut up, Brett Kavanaugh. So, and Andrew Cuomo did the same thing to Donald Trump as well. So that is why I think this is God doing this to Andrew. You are a hypocrite, Andrew. First of all, I think Andrew should be resigned regardless. The fact that he is forcing New Yorkers to take this virus seriously, which only kills less than 1% of people who get it. And yet he doesn't take it seriously enough to not put people with coronavirus in the same nursing home as elderly people who don't have it. I mean, this guy says that this virus is so serious and it calls for locking down your business and it calls for social distance and forcing you to wear a mask. And if you don't wear a mask, the police will brutalize you and beat you like Rodney King style beat you. And this guy doesn't take the virus seriously enough to not put people with coronavirus in nursing homes. So he should have resigned for being a hypocrite. He's a double hypocrite. But no, he's getting what he tried to do to Brett Kavanaugh. Well, Brett Kavanaugh is sitting proudly on the Supreme Court. He's not going to get off that bench until the day he dies, maybe less, but he's there, and Andrew Cuomo's gone. Now come do something about that, Andrew. Brett Kavanaugh, you tried to destroy that boy. You tried to rubbish him and all your other Democrat friends, those goons, those thugs, Kamala Harris, Cory Booker, Amy Klobuchar on that Senate committee. You all destroyed that boy, Brett Kavanaugh. You destroyed him in front of his wife and his children because of what this woman said. I'm not saying that she's wrong or right, but y'all just said, well, I don't want to hear his side. He shouldn't be on the bench because this woman is accusing him of sexual assault and he shouldn't be believed. And well, guess what? Brett Kavanaugh sitting on the bench, he beat all of y'all. He beat you, Kamala. He beat you, Amy Klobuchar. He beat you, Andrew. He beat all of y'all. And Andrew Cuomo is gone. There's a video, actually. There's a video that I believe we have of what Andrew said about Brett Kavanaugh during the Brett Kavanaugh incident. Look at this hypocrite here. Look at him. Look what he says about Brett. Look how he rubbishes Brett on national television. And now he's surprised that nobody's standing with it. I think this video, the Arana Nation engineer who works, he's behind the camera. He found this video because God told him to find this video so that I could share it with you guys now. Look at this hypocrite, Andrew Cuomo. Listen to him. Listen to him.
I think the way they are handling it is disgusting. I think for Senator McConnell to get up and say, we are going to confirm Kavanaugh, just showed what a sham and a mockery the entire process is. You haven't started the hearings. How can you stand there and say, we're going to confirm the man? We haven't started the hearings, and the hearings are supposed to discuss facts, and we have very serious accusations, and the witnesses are going to come in, and they're going to be questioned by an independent counsel. But that's all baloney because I know the conclusion, and the conclusion is we're going to endorse him and confirm him. There is a disrespect for women that this administration chronically exemplifies. After the Me Too movement, they did absolutely nothing when it came to sexual harassment. They have always diminished the charges of women, always, consistent. And they're doing it again to cheapen or ridicule the pain a woman suffers from a sexual attack is disgusting.
You hear this?
Sexist and disgusting.
Listen to him.
To second guess how a woman should have acted after a sexual attack is sexist and disgusting. I mean, it's just insensitive. You don't understand the pain. You don't understand how the system tortures a person who wants to come forward. So let's find out the facts. That would be done by people coming to a fair hearing process and relaying the facts and then make a conclusion. But this is a mockery when they say before the hearings even start, he's going to be confirmed.
Do you hear this? I mean, and this is the same guy. This is the same guy who's going through all this. God has a funny sense of humor. This is God. God has done this to Andrew Cuomo for his hypocrisy and his thuggishness and his gangster style behavior. Now there he is. Andrew Cuomo's gone and Brett Kavanaugh is sitting quite comfortably on the Supreme Court bench. Now do something about that, Andrew. Now go on out of the governor's mansion, go live under some bridge somewhere and learn to shine shoes or do something, because you out of a job, boy. You're out of a job. Now how about that? How about that? I wouldn't look, all this sexual harassment stuff. My thing is that you're innocent until proven guilty. But Andrew Cuomo and his thug hooligan friends in the Democrat Party, they're the ones who started this. Don't start something if you're not prepared to live by it. You said, believe all women no matter what. Me too. Remember that? And you did that because you thought you were going to hurt Donald Trump. You thought you were going to hurt Brett Kavanaugh. You thought you were going to destroy conservative politicians up and down the place. And I'm an independent, okay? I'm not a Republican or Democrat. But I can tell you this: I would never be I'd sooner be a Republican than be a Democrat. But I'm neither. I'm an independent. But these guys are hypocrites. You thought you were going to change the rules of life to destroy conservative politicians up and down the country and around the world. Well, what ended up happening is that God used your venom, your vitriol against y'all, and y'all are destroying each other like a pack of hyenas. Letitia James and Bill de Blasio and all these Democrats going after their own, who they used to laud and glorify like he was Jesus Christ himself. They even gave him an Emmy. Can you imagine? What politician gets an Emmy? I mean, it's almost like if a politician gets an Emmy, that means he's just an actor. Or who is he acting for? I mean, they even gave him an Emmy. But anyway, he's gone. He's done. He's finished. The only thing I will say is that, first of all, I think that this upcoming New York governor's race, the Democrats are going to win. I remember when Eliot Spitzer, the former governor of New York, when he had resigned. I don't know if do you all even remember? Who remembers Eliot Spitzer? Man, that's a name nobody's heard in a long time. Remember when he was he got himself into trouble because he was with some prostitute or something like that. Y'all remember that? Boy, he was the former governor of New York State. There he is, Elliot Spitzer. Well, I remember when he left, he was forced to resign, and he was replaced by the blind, what's his name, Patterson, first black governor of New York. It's the same history repeating itself. And they said, well, the Republicans are going to win. And at the time, it was Cuomo who actually got rid of Spitzer. He was the attorney general at the time. And now it's happening to him. And they thought, well, the Republicans are going to win. No, Andrew Cuomo, he stepped in and he trounced. At the time, it was Carl Palladino. So I think the Democrats are going to win, whether it's Letitia James or Al Sharpton, Bill de Blasio. I'm telling you, that's just going to happen. But he's gone. That's it. Not coming back. I think they should still impeach him. Impeach him while he's not governor, just like you did with Trump when he wasn't president. Impeach him so that he can't run for anything again. And this is